Hey everyone, Richard here, Metal Fan, and today we talk Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest. Now, Defenders of the Faith is pretty much a really underrated album in Judas Priest's discography. It's totally underrated, like, hardly anybody talks about this album nowadays. And this album is pretty much one of the most underlooked albums in their discography, and along with probably like their debut, Rock'n'Rolla. But yeah, let's get into this one, shall we? Alright. This album, when I first heard it, it has a bit more of a darker feel to it, and it has more of an evil sound to this album. Like, in fact, I think this is the first, or I think so far the only album, as far as I know, that has a bit more of a darker feel element to an album, which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, let's talk. The production of this album is very deep sounding. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just sounds deep. That's pretty much the one word I can describe it. And I feel like the musicianship on this album there is some powerfulness, if I can say that, to the playing. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, let's get into this album. Now, the album opens up with the song Free Will Burning, which is a really great opener, and I really love the cool riffs on the great guitar solos from Glenn and KK, and I really love Rob's vocals. They're pretty much shouting, and I thought it was pretty awesome. I think it's a pretty good way to start off this album, and I like that a lot. Next song is called Jawbreaker, which has a bit more of a mid-paced song. It's one of the more darker songs on this album. Thought that was a pretty good song. Then we get to the next song called Rock Hard, Ride Free, which is a bit more of a hard rocky type song. And it's kind of like a little ballad almost. It has some epic sounding chorus, which I thought was pretty awesome. I really love the chorus in that song. Then we get to The Sentinel, which is pretty much one of Judas Priest's well-known songs. It has sort of like a big feel, and it has some really interesting time changes. In fact, one thing I should also point out is on this album is there's a lot of time changes on this album. One thing I didn't know about this. And I really love The Sentinel. Anyway, back to Sentinel. It's a really good song, and I really love near the end where it has a big build-up. It's sort of like a big, epic grand finale. Really enjoyed that a lot. Then we get to, next on the album is called Love Bites, which has a really immense type of bass from Ian. In fact, Ian Hill, I think his bass playing is a bit audible on this album. And this song, Love Bites, has a bit more of a good atmosphere to it, a good vibe to it. I thought it was pretty good. Then we get to the next song is called Eat Me Alive. Now, Eat Me Alive is, well, a lot of people think there's a bit of a controversy behind this song because the Parents Music Resource thing, there was between them and because of the vulgarity, mainly in the song lyrics, which I haven't heard this song in a while, but I do love that song. I think it's a pretty good song. It's just really speedy and has a bit of an aggression to it, and it's just really catchy. I think I love that song a lot. Alright, moving on. Next song is called Some Heads Are Gonna Roll. I really love that song. It's very thundering, and it has a bit of a mid-paced song. It's really great, and I really enjoy that a lot. Then we get to the next song called Night Comes Down, which is sort of like another ballad. It's pretty okay, I guess, if you ask me. Then we get to the next song is called Heavy Duty. Now, Heavy Duty, in my opinion, is pretty much a forgettable song. Like, I feel like nobody really forgets about this song a lot, and honestly, I thought this song is kind of eh. But then the album closes with the title track, Defenders of the Faith, which is a very short song. It's like about 1.5 minutes long, which is okay, I guess. I really thought it was cool. Now, overall, Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest, it's a pretty good album. It's hugely underrated. I would really want to get this album a lot. I thought it's a pretty good album. I really enjoyed it a lot. If I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the album. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Keep it metal.